Hey, family. You know what time it is. It's your girl, Delisha, your Millennial Empowerment Catalyst, where we get to encourage, inspire, and uplift young women around the world. We are on another episode, leveling up your confidence. It looks good on you. And we use this platform to encourage women around the world. And we want to say, share your story. Your story is for someone to get up. Your story is someone's get up plan. Your story is, sis, you are not alone. So thank you again for joining us. And today we have the amazing Asia Swift, who was born and raised in the hearts of Chicago. This transformational speaker and mentor work with career-driven women worldwide, helping them to overcome obstacles and maximize their potential. Growing up, Aisha did not have the support and guidance that is essential for young women to be successful throughout life. Therefore, she struggled a lot and oftentimes find herself engaging in unhealthy things in order to fulfill her needs. Eventually, she grabbed hold of God's hand, realizing her worth, and began to evolve into the woman God called her to be. She was very determined to create the lifestyle she always knew she deserved. Over the years, she graduated with honors, earning a degree in business and launching a successful company in beauty and health industry. She also is a member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. She literally chased her dreams. Now her dreams are chasing her. Woo! I love that. Her quote, always remember, broken flowers still blossom. Wow. Aisha, good to have you here. How are you today?
I am doing awesome. Thank you so much for having me, Delisha.
Wow, that is awesome. So today we're talking about breaking through barriers. So for some of my audience who do not know what are barriers, could you tell us what are barriers or share a little about it?
Sure. So I believe barriers are anything that holds us back, whether it is some of the mistakes we made, whether it is some of the horrific things that we experienced, like maybe trauma or abandonment abuse, some things from our past, anything that hinders us from being successful in life or from being the most healthy version of ourselves, I believe are barriers.
That's
Yeah.
good. Unhealthy situation in our lives what is holding us back from being successful. Awesome. So are there any barriers you had to break through? And if you did, how did you break through it in order to be successful?
Okay. Yes, I definitely experienced a lot of barriers. Like you just read from my bio, I grew up with not a whole lot of support. My family was very dysfunctional and not supportive. So I found myself pretty much being alone growing up. And some of the barriers that I had to face and break through were, for one, I became a mother at the age of 16. I have my first son. So, and today is his birthday, actually. He turned 17 today.
Happy birthday.
Um, yes. And so being a teenage mom, that was definitely something that was extremely hard for me. I was just a sophomore in high school. So I had to learn how to be a parent at a very young age. I knew how to parent myself, and now I'm bringing a child into the world. So, and then with me just not having the support that I needed. It's like like you mentioned, I turned to a lot of different things. And so one of a big barrier for me was having a criminal background. I began to like steal to make ends meet for my son, like diapers, milk, anything that I needed for my child. If I couldn't provide it, I would go out to the store stealing. And so that led to me having a criminal background. And so growing up, even after I graduated, those things stayed on my record. So those hindered me from getting the job that I wanted. I had people looking at me and judging me, even though I wasn't that person. Like, that isn't who I am. I have a beautiful heart. Like, I'm not a criminal. You know what I mean? But that's what they labeled me because of the choices that I made. So yes, like.
And the thing about it is you only could have made those choices with the decision you had at that time.
Yeah.
With the information you had. So it's not like you were a bad person. You was just trying to protect your young baby. So yes, wow. That's awesome. And when did you notice that you had to break this barrier in order to see this beautiful image of Asia, what Asia wanted in life?
Well, after I had my first son, throughout life, I continued to make mistakes, and I had two more children, so I have three boys now, and I realized that something had to change when I started to experience my children go through things like behavior issues at school. I realized, like, look, you got to make a change. You have three kings that are watching you. This is like, God knows what he's doing. Like, now I'm a mentor, but I've always been a mentor. You know what I mean? Like, I've always, even through my times of being incarcerated, people would be attracted to me. They would come to me seeking like answers and support. And I'm like, I'm the youngest one in here. I don't know. How am I supposed to help y'all? But I've always just been equipped with like the wisdom. You know what I mean? So, but when I had my third child and he began to grow up and they were having problems in school, I'm like, I have to change. I have to change my choices. I have to change the things that I do. I have to change my goals. Like my whole path just I had to switch it. And so like I literally began to seek God more because like I said, my family wasn't really there. So who else did I have? I've always, knew that there was a power higher than me. I've always loved God. So I really, really, really began to seek him more and pray for him to reveal to me, what is my purpose? What am I here for, Lord? Like, I know I have these boys, but what am I doing here? It has to be something more for me on this earth. And things just began to come to me. Like he began to speak to me and minister to me and send me people, so it wasn't my family that ultimately helped me. It was other people that the Lord would send me, sisters, and just it's a beautiful thing when you finally realize that like you're not your mistakes, that you want something better in life, whether it be for your children, for yourself. But it's such a beautiful thing when you begin to like heal and seek better. And just I began to evolve and everything just started happening. And it's like life is so beautiful now,
Wow. And the thing about it is you had to go through your process in order to become this beautiful rose to help other persons shine too. So wow, God actually know the plan and the purpose that he has for our life. I love that.
For sure. That is so true.
Yeah. And Asia, what advice can you give to a person who is struggling with breaking habits? Well, barriers.
Yeah.
It's like a repeated cycle. What advice can you give to that person?
I would definitely say to be gentle with yourselves, because I think a lot of times for me, I couldn't look at myself in a mirror at some point. I just felt so broken. I felt ugly, especially when I thought about some of the mistakes that I made in the past. It's like, why did you do that stuff? We so down on ourselves. You know how people say we're our own worst critics. That's so true, because other people might not even be thinking about it. And here we are beating ourselves up, it's like we punish ourselves twice. We already go through the stuff, and then you want to keep on beating yourself up when God has already forgiven you. He's waiting for us to just seek him, and grab his hand and just let him do the work in us. And I think that oftentimes we feel like we're by ourselves, but I want to let your viewers know that with God, you're not alone ever. Right. You know what I mean? God is so strong and powerful. You are not alone if you begin to seek his face. I'm telling you, he will pull you out of any situation. He will give you the resources when you don't even think you don't got the money. You don't know how to do it. He will give it. I'm telling you, if you have faith and believe and just begin to, I don't care if you write it down on a piece of paper, write your prayers out, however you got to do it. You got to realize that it's possible. That's number one. It's definitely possible. It's possible to overcome. It's possible to change. It's possible to transform. It's possible to be better. But the person that is seeking that has to believe that it's possible for them. And then they have to start to tell themselves that in their mind, instead of replaying all of the negative things and the things of the past and the mistakes. You have to transform all of that stuff out and begin to speak power over yourself. You know what I mean? Yes, definitely.
And that's the nutrient will help us to grow from all of that place that we need to get out of.
Yes.
Positive nutrients. You are absolutely correct, because negative, you can't work on negative energy. You would never move.
You'll never move. It leaves you stuck, for real. Stuck, scared. You
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't do this. I can't do that. You keep telling yourself that, it cripples you, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I know for me, for a long time, first of all, I didn't even know what my purpose was in life. I moved me and my boys to Georgia and a few years ago in 2016. And let me tell you, I had a plan of being like this beautiful model. I wanted to be on Instagram. And, I wanted to just be taking pictures with my life. Like, that's all I thought life was about, having fun, partying. Because I stopped committing crimes and I did change a lot, but I still wanted to do things my way. I still wasn't thinking about no purpose and God using me and mentoring. I know that I give people advice. I'm a giver. I love helping people. I've always loved to help. But the road that I'm on now, I just want you guys to know this was not my path. I was thinking I'm doing something else with my life. Okay, I'm gonna be partying. And what happened was God, he changed my life, literally. I ended up I went through like a spiritual transformation. Something happened where a few years ago I was charged with a crime that I did not commit. And it sent me like on this spot, scared. And instead of like staying there and facing it, I got my boys up and I packed all of our stuff. I moved out and I went on the run, literally. Ran. And I ran for like almost a year until, again, God, he began to speak to me. You can't, what you running from? You don't know what you're running from. You don't even know what they're charging you with. You know you didn't commit a crime, so why you running? And so I saved some money. I got an attorney. I turned myself in. Several months later, after fighting and fighting and fighting, they dropped all the charges. They had nothing to charge me with, nothing to hold me with. All the charges were dropped. I began to literally I began to realize what God is calling me here to do. I knew I had an assignment on my life and everything changed. I stopped partying. I got saved. I stopped smoking and drinking, just all of these habits that I had, doing things the way I wanted to do them. And now I'm not judging anybody. I'm not saying it's a right or wrong way, but this is my transformation. This is how my transformation happened. I let the things go and God began to wean people out, people that didn't belong on my path and in my he took them out. He took them away. Things that didn't belong, he took it away. And so I began to, okay, God, well, what do you want me to do? You got my attention. I'm quiet now. I can hear you. And he just began to show me, this is the platform that I'm going to give you. I need you to be where I need you to be. I need you to be cleansed the way I need you to be so that I can send you forth to everybody that's connected to your anointing. There are women that need you. What you out here doing with your life, you may be helping people, but not the way that I'm going to use you. So I'm like, I took my hands off of myself and now I just allow God to use me and send me where he know that there's somebody that can be connected to my story, that can, you know what I mean, be healed or transformed. So that's my transformation.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really amazing. And then the thing about it is, I like the way you said that God had to get your attention. You like, you have my attention now. What's next? What's my purpose?
Yes.
God has a way of just placing stuff in our lives so that he could get our attention. Because if he don't, we will still be on the runaway.
Yeah, doing us what we think is right.
That is so true. And Asia, I know that you said you're having your party for your little boy, so I don't want to keep you on no longer. So is there any last nugget that you would like to leave with our audience? And before you leave any last nugget, could you tell me, like, if there was someone in your life that you model that helped you get out from where you were in order to get to your next?
Yes. Okay. So during the process of, like I just shared with you guys, I was on a run. I came back. When I came back to Georgia, I began to seek counseling because I was so messed up while I was on the run. I was just paranoid and thinking people were out to get me. I didn't know what was going on, So I got a therapist, and my therapist encouraged me to start listening to sermons. And like I said, I've always loved God. So it's not like I was totally against church or none of that. But I began to listen to T.D. Jakes. And from T.D. Jakes, I was introduced to his daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts. And that has been like my spiritual sister, cousin. I watch her. I follow the Woman Evolve journey. And I believe Sarah is just amazing. She
Mm.
just touched me in a way that, look, okay, her sermons are so powerful. I love Sarah a lot and I really look up to her. So if I was to leave, just leaving you all with some nuggets, I definitely would encourage you to get you a mentor.
Mm.
You somebody or something that inspires you, that you look up to, and that's going to lead you in the right path. Because oftentimes a lot of us want to change, we desire to be better, but we don't know how. We don't quite know what to do. I just had one of my mentees tell me, Miss Swift, I'm just having trouble of letting go. And I'm like, okay, I got you. Don't worry. And I was telling her that don't beat yourself up about it, because once you've been away for so long, if you've been in this habit or if you've been around this person but they're unhealthy, it takes a while to break
Right.
a bad habit that you've been
Yep.
doing for a long time. So I don't want you all to beat yourselves up, but you do need to realize that something needs to change. That's the first step. And you don't have to do it alone. So whether you want to reach out to me to mentor you or continue to follow Ms. Delisha, get with somebody that is going to empower you. This is the perfect platform for it. You're not alone. None of you are alone. I'm telling you, when I say I've been there, done it, I have experienced and gone through so many things. I've witnessed and experienced so much adversity in my life, and I couldn't do it alone. And whether it was Sarah, by sermons, or my therapist. A lot of people are against therapy. They think I don't know, and because especially the Black community, we are so
We have a stigma on it.
Stigma, yes. But I'm telling you, whatever is going to help you is what you need to do. So don't be worried about nobody judging you. You got to do what's best for you.
Because at the end of the day, it all depends on you.
That's right. Your destiny is yours. Can't nobody get you there. We can encourage you, but you still got to do the work. So, yeah.
That's so true. And many persons give up on the journey because it's hard.
Yeah.
They don't want to go through the process.
That's another thing. You got to trust the process. It's like, it's a pruning. I was scared. When I tell you I was scared, I did not know what was going on. I was scared, but I knew God had me though. That's one thing. I found old journal writings that I was writing while I was on the run, and I was just talking to God in my journal, like, please continue to protect me. I'm scared, but I know that I'm anointed, God. I found a journal entry. I said I was anointed. I didn't even know what that meant back then. I know that the Spirit of God has just been all over my life, So don't give up, y'all, because it's possible. I'm telling you. For real.
Don't give up. It's possible. And Asia attests that it is possible. You have the story. It is possible. God can turn broken pieces and he can mend those pieces together. It is possible. So thank you, Asia, for inviting us on this journey of breaking through barriers. And could you tell someone who wants to reach you, where can they find you? How can they connect with you?
Absolutely. So you can find me. I'm on Facebook, Asia J. Swift. I'm also on Instagram at I am AJ Swift. And you can check out my website, asiajswift.com. And if you check out my website, there's an option for you to download a free sample of my ebook, Heal to Grow. It's an excellent book. It's an excellent guide to help you along your journey and your process.
Wow, Asia, thank you again for gracing us. Thank you for Janet Raman. You said that amazing. Cindy Boleg, amen, amen. Charlene, amen. Deja Mills Murray, your destiny is yours. Cindy Boleg, don't give up. Yeah. Monique, amen. Yeah, so thank you all for joining. Those who have commented, those who are watching, and who will watch the replay, thank you again for your likes, your comments, your share. And please go and follow Ms. Asia Swift. She's doing an amazing job. And please continue to follow us every Friday. Well, I try to be here every Friday, but you know how that is. Yeah. And Chantel, thank you again for joining. So yes, please go follow Asia and continue to stay connected with us, with Delisha Murray, the Millennial Empowerment Catalyst page, as we continue to bring on different persons to share their story, to let you know that you are not alone on this journey. They have been there. They could share their tools and their tips that help them get out their pit. So again, Remember that your story matters and you have power. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and see you next time on another episode of Leveling Up Your Confidence with yours truly. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.